You are watching Liberty Online TV. You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sheriff.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them we happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, woman and girl picking them business, and plenty other issues them.
So, stay tuned. Now we Liberty Facebook page and Self YouTube channel and all that social media platform them for they watch the Liberty Review where they come to you every Saturday from 6 to 7 o'clock na net. Also you go get all you views them but still them where they happen.
The Liberty
Review.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Review where they can to you live now on Facebook page and Self YouTube channel. Where they bring this edition of the program this evening, my name is Princess Pias. Inside this edition of the program, we continue to look at transparency and accountability in governance. How this one they help in the fight against corruption. And the Liberty Review na program where they can to every Saturday. And this program they look at issues them what happen throughout the weekend, review the top trending story them inside the program. And as this edition, we continue to look at transparency and accountability in governance and what this means towards the fight against corruption. I get with me at the studio this evening, Solomon Sundu, when at the Executive Director, Bianco Foundation Salon. Well, they are this evening for can talk on this particular issue and waiting the organization only do for see how they look at the issue of transparency and accountability, why make it important in governance. Good evening and welcome to the Liberty Review.
Ambo, una good evening, una adu, una kabo.
Okay, so just quick one, as you just all listen today the topic, we dey look at the transparency and accountability in governance. Before we can look at the most topic we done the trend for the past weeks now, we get to do with the Auditor General reports, we they now in Parliament, and with the suspend and removal, we they in process now for pull the Auditor General, although in Deputy Tambamomo already be done left that position there. Before we can talk on the issues and some of the things that will lead to this particular the removal from office. As somebody we get a foundation, we don't look at issues them we get to do with governance and other issues that we they benefit salon people them. What do you think about accountability and transparency and governance that they lead towards the fight against corruption? What do you think about that particular issues then they?
Thank you very much, Princess. Make a first start for say in any democracy and good governance, as always I can say me person way in my own lifetime I admire na Obama. When he came to Africa, to be specific, na Ghana, to say head of state meet, one of the things we emphasize on, he say in Africa, we don't need giant men or strong men, but we need stronger institutions to support democracy and good governance. It means we get ministry, departments, and agencies. And then ministry, departments, and agencies, and then they for supports, and enhance the work of the government in power. Because where they use governance now in the broader term. Okay. But the government in power, say for example, now the SLPP governments, right? When are they in charge of all governance? Opposition are part of governance, right? Integral. But then institution in the, let we take and say the Ministry of Finance as a case in point, where they superintend revenue collections. They say every year now they prepare budgets in line with the revenue collectors when at NRA. Then they go read out these budgets and then project like we talk about 2024, right? We'll see where they go with the finance bill in parliament. A lot of thinking there, yeah, as to how we will collect revenue. How they collect the revenue then they, also they go. You hear about budgetary discussion. Just recently, I don't say you cover them. Then ministries, departments, and agencies, they go present them annual work or projects, yeah, and then tell we, the citizens, say, this money, now you go do, now we take another case in points, like where the government gets now in plans, what they call the 5 big game change. It is in line with the radical inclusion, right? In that 5 big change, then talk about feed Sierra Leone, yeah, education, human capacity building, but now ministries are responsible. Agriculture now, like when I feed Sierra Leone, they therefore give them budget, say, this one are the flagship projects for the president in second term. We need this X amount of money. Now you go able for facilitate machineries and all the other things them for make they were able for feed we safe. They will give a budget. And when they give them budgets, now the ministries and they need for be guided. You get the audits department, you get the accounts department, you get the human resource department. Now make you get every ministry gets from the minister, what we can call the head of administration, now the permanent secretary. You get directorate same. Why then they now for let them checkmates. I will use the audits now, way at the topic. For lay audits, that money way Ministry of Agriculture don't talk about. Every expenses, yeah, the one for buy tractor, what I say machineries or thrashers, you know, then can do like, you know, if now bidding or then do anything for purchase, they need for include the audits. The reason being, these are the professionals in those institutions to guide the process. Audits can tell you, say, in the area of documentation, if one for buy this, you know, let's say this tool, now this money we will put for them. The audits go look and say, they don't do proper documentation, and they start. They don't do proper requisitions, like we they do requisition, and you need this, that what I don't talk about in directorate same. So the audits now in area for advice, or a lot do, I mean they call it internal auditors. Let people understand. They are internal auditors. If they're internal auditors and they work properly for checkmates, documentations, how money they go out, how people they go do deliveries, yeah, how people they go able for do procurements, how people they go able for purchase, yeah, in the rightful way. Believe you me, the Auditor General, who we talk about now needs to pretend all of this. That is to say, even though we then gets the internal auditors, you get one at the big body where section 119 they tell you say now the way that's for our points where the president will don't do all that. I know I'm going to that because of time. But you and me know say now the Auditor General's office now a office where a highly inclined where in fact now they bring the corruption business what they talk about. If whether that internal auditor then do them work properly, and where do they go there? Now the internal audit department, they go they in line with them. One for see these documents, yeah, that recommendations where that internal auditor they make, now in the overall, that we call and say Auditor General. You see how the name plain, now they in charge of them all, right? So the Auditor General, now make it get everybody for, you know, audits, ministries, departments, and agencies. So we go kind of tell you, say, why would number one buy this tool? We will not go through the proper documentation. We will not do nothing. Yeah? Why would I not do so? We need this money. I want to spend them. If they come, then they don't work. Now for probe, all auditors, audits not so lawyer. Now recommend as professional. Take that into consideration. Yeah. So you say that this now be don't recommend for transparency and accountability sake. But if you go, you meet these documents not correct for this tool, you go say why it happen. Sometimes they would say, well, now in haste, say Salone we like for do something in haste, and that's we get for avoid that quick business. So they would say no, then we do requisitions and the permanent secretary and the minister, that yagba for normal lawmaker shortcuts. Yeah, they know do proper documentation. Then don't give time. They say, well, from this time to this, now this we don't see as irregularities in all the functions. In this, so money exorbitant, the quality about the internal auditor, and I would say, this money, this or this goose, we want to supply, not good for this purpose. You able to see them, it tells you where the balance. If my 10 tool we put in for, then 5 can. Where the balance 5? How wanna do them? So if they will tell us, so how then documents say yeah. If we not come with the documents on time, the Auditor General get the rights for recommend in a report say I be audits the Ministry of Agriculture where they about feed Sierra Leone. These machineries where they say they buy tractors, stool, thrashers, they not do the rightful thing. And this money where they use, they not use them properly. So they don't lost out of that, budget so they go give, let's say 10 billion in loans with your money, yeah. But the 2 billion, they misuse them. Will not see proper documentation. Then are your recommendation.
Okay.
And mark you, when the Auditor General they do in reports, in boss, because of parliaments, the parliaments will get, then get anonymous power. We know now the duties. Parliament is to pass law, and oversight and representation. Yeah? Me and you not to we all get for good at one go. So they send a report to them. Then they go sit down now. After the Auditor General will explain to them, say, now this now we'll find out. What's in the parliament they do, then now they do their own work. That is why you see so many things them lay down at the parliament under audit. They would say from 2020, so now that they begin do them kind of thing. They could now what other ways. I want them in family to understand that. You understand?
Yeah.
So the delay in the parliamentary work, that's also the deter the Auditor General's work. For the anti-corruption kind side, now when parliaments go down do all the necessary, investigations, they call the party, they make you say, Parliament don't invite some people here for come explain. If they fail, they're not able for do them, they can recommend now to the body, like anti-corruption now say, una kind side.
Okay, so I just want coming quick. You don't explain to the public, the viewers, the way they watch the show and the work of the audit service alone, the auditors them. And you just, from your explanation, it clearly should say, they work not for we chance anybody or any institution.
Yes.
Now for ensure say people will be transparent in whatever way they do and be accountable for anything where they ask them say if you do this, just like we make mention but the MD is them where they can go present them budget, then therefore explain but how they use the previous money where they give them.
Sure.
And then they ask for new one so that they will be able to forgive them. So if you're not able for accounts from the last money where they give for the thing that we say you be do that scheme questionable for them give the amount of money where you want. So looking at transparency and accountability in governance, why important for make people be transparent and be accountable at the same time?
It's very important. The reason being, as I tell you, like the Ministry of Finance, when it is to pretend the revenue collection body, when are NRA, yeah? Now that they collect some money, these are taxpayers' money. Me we see there, and they pay huge amounts of tax through them companies and organizations where it can the time, the taxes. You do business with any institution, then you call first the first that with all in tax. So that day you be getting a 5.5, no so they don't add 1% for let it go towards education. Then a 6.5. So let's say for example you do over 200,000 business, yeah. Then cut that with all in tax. So perhaps you go there, if my memory will serve me 13 point something thousand in a million. Me, it don't come up to me on side. Now me taxpayer money that one day. You, that your revenue, liberty, tributes, all the waiting. then documentations, this, you get for go this, you get for go this. That money, na taxpayers' money. Yeah? Then people in way that they pay don't come with business, this and that, you understand? These are taxpayers' money before they come to donor. Yeah? But even if na donor send them, now we money and for salon people and then send them. Why important for let them checkmate and be transparent? Now for let that money there into proper use for the benefits of you and me and the other one them where they be away where they come. That is to say, for develop education, for like the Feed Sierra Leone, the human capacity building and other infrastructural developments. Yeah. So if like what I talk about the Ministry of Agriculture, when I go buy something, when I'm not able to forgive, let's say out of the 100 billion when I request, 10 billion don't come up on that. Now a serious gap for let that project say go sustain, for let that project say go be implemented. Yeah. So we need transparency and accountability. And I make I tell you say audits now for checkmates, probing into every ministries for una lapses, whether not by documentations, whether not by defaults, whether not by misplaced of finance, whether not by misuse of money. Now I'm not talk with people don't understand here. So it's very important, integral in governance. Transparency, now go make we develop. For far too long, we don't need cry corruption. Yeah, remember, say this government we can then set up the commissions of inquiry, for which me now be one of the outreach for civil society, and we explain to people why this they happen. And every government, like we say today or tomorrow, or as the case may be, SNPP government not get for the next 30 or 20 years, so to speak. Then time get for be done. Let's say other person kind side. You said get right for checkmates. The one and they how them be don't work. What's really then do? Then say they don't give education. That money where they spend inside education, now be the right way, now be the appropriate way. So they lost. Now don't make over the years. We don't lost in developmental projects. We don't lost in infrastructural development. Today somebody sick for go do that for diagnose yourself. Pass you fly. You go elsewhere, Ghana or India or elsewhere. That now that get money. What of me and you? We not get that money to speak. And they put me and you. Let's say that other person where they below me and you, we not get that money for facilitate a movement for for a movement for go Ghana or the other place. Now a damage to in life, now a crisis to in life. And one loss of every life by carelessness, na salon. A big loss for all of us.
So why you think say people are afraid for be accountable?
I don't think say na afraid, na just the practice where salon man, we all corrupt, including me, princess, we all get one way with the dabaru. Yeah? That's in the one song like a cultural norm in we say when you own office, you know, and first we get civil servants them. They come on and work. Well, at that time, I don't go blame them. Like the station will not be set to talk about the stronger station. Nasit, now when Pakabakam, we've done it on there for far too long. Yeah? We all man with the work, you contribute for your old age. Yeah? You they prepare yourself something after now but you can retire, you get what you call Nasit get what you call projects 55. At the age of 55, if you want to retire, sometimes you don't feel you want to do, you want to go out of government, you can retire. Or 60 or 65 because they want to put Sunday back. You, that money you don't keep. Now a big bonus for you, but we'll not be getting a station in there. All the lack. Now that we don't get them, now transparency we need. Accountability now we need. So we don't need for free. If you follow a proper procedure, because auditing are procedural issues. When you fail procedures, right? Now then you get the hook. Now make it when this government casts a table the commissions of inquiry, now then go into the audits report the user. That recommendation where audits not be don't do with parliament then lack, because like now kudos to parliament. I can tell you like the honorable speaker, deputy speaker Ibrahim or Tawa, yeah. They do that committee, they do well for me. Quick say you say don't collect 50 billion. Tell me, if you know they put some them people in the now as parliament, una come, una not be pay una GST, una fail for returns, una fail this, we will get that 50 billion again. So not afraid. The question is now procedure. Now with the lack. Because we're afraid for do the procedural work, it the lead way to waiting for take as a table emergency. We can make a quick one. Hey minister, you go see Salomon, that's not the way for fair now, or for grab. You know, and go through procedure. Let me go through procedure. Let use the right channel for make we able for achieve or for able for get some rights.
So going through the rights procedure, because just like where you just talk, then it's now other key issues where they see people and they bypass the system in terms of doing things. Not until when they put ambient some of them, you can see some things them can come out. Why we for each at that point? Why as Sierra Leoneans them like for bypass the system? What do you think say responsible for make people not agree follow procedure?
It means say the stronger institution what they tell you about now we need. And the political will, yeah? The political will, they guide the process. If they say, now this X amount of money don't lost now this ministry, you, the man in charge, like the president, don't interfere. Now make you see the Auditor General for getting free will, free hand for doing work. Yeah, for enhance transparency and accountability. So if we they go through them proper channel, what it's about stronger institution, a very, very, very integral in the work of audits for enhanced transparency, it will lead to developments, and then crack all the pan. We put system in place now because we need to follow a procedure. So what's in the political will need for do now? Pull on, left the institution, we're in a strong institution. Let them probe like parliaments how they do. Not take phone call the deputy, hey, this is my brother. Let him abide to what he or she is supposed to do. If we do believe you me, this country we go develop. Because year in, year out, this audit, as I tell you, 20, how much now, I mean year now you don't take. For let them audit 2021, 2022. Now we don't see. And also, so for me, now we give the parliaments, in as much as now then they pretend also the Auditor General, now give them the mandates in, when Auditor General don't make a recommendation, una do the finishing, una do the work. Who someone know say the Auditor General go wrong, then they get right for call and caution and say, this is not the way to go. And also, when I talk about stronger institution, the professionalism. Don't not put people in a position where they not qualify for the right job. That is the political will. So they will see an appointment and a position. In those days, you apply for those positions, you go for interview, you are qualified for it. So these are the issues where we want for enhanced good governance. Now then say they will for able for tackle, put the qualified person there, so that we will know the rules and regulations in auditing. So you say for you to go there as auditor, professionalism, not go there with political hats, not go there with political thoughts, not go with no influence of politics, be it SLPP, APC, because at the end of the day, your credibility, you will do that work. They are fake. Even though they call you as professional, but you are human being like Salon Post, what they do mistake. So you get to know how you do your work. As I tell you, audit not to court, audit not to police. Then they for probe. Now probe. Now like, oh, say Congo sa. For make it simple for family. Then they for Congo sa say, hey, they raise the bell. This ministry, that one don't want to begin them. Ministry of Health, do not do so. Ministry of this, do not do so. Parliaments now get it right for do them proper work. If they do the oversight work properly, believe you me, as we see, if we continue this trend, this country we will left for thief. And this professionalism what they talk about, the whole my whole life, you know, accountants, I can always say in a good governance program or write up, let professionals become professionals. Me and you too now always sit down, journalists, civil society, let us be professional. Let us stand and I will for again the media because we integral. When them people don't do the work, not just do what we call sensational writing. Yeah, this is an advice for all of us because they say oh they na salute for not being to we say true now. Now la go dey power. And now we stop that. If you not journalist, do your investigation properly for probe for make sure say that thing where that person they talk they're in line. Yeah, like now we are about leaked documents, professional misconduct, These are all not supposed to be in your career because you went through the process. You went through academia. They told you your job description is this. But today, we all don't take this politics, don't put on our aid. I'm not blaming, that's the system we did now. And that's for try for wipeout. Yeah? Professional become professional. Hey, if you don't be professional, APC they in power. Where you come out? You dey into the system. SLPP can. Where you come out? You dey into the system. But the moment you don't involve politics in your professionalism, you don't give X to yourself. All of us. So let's not take this now APC journalists, this now SLPP civil society. You're not supposed to be in a country, so.
Okay, well, continue for those inside the program. The program stay watch at the Liberty Review, the Country Live now Facebook page and self YouTube channel. May they bring this edition Country, my name is Princess Pias. Inside this edition of the program, we still continue to look at governance, especially transparency and accountability in governance, how this important to the fight against corruption. As last week, we will start for look inside this particular topic. Also, we get a journalist we been joining me at the program, and this particular edition is civil society person. They with me at the studio. We don't they talk about from the civil society perspective, but waiting anything about transparency and accountability in governance. How this now very important for the development of Salone. Well, one thing today inside this particular edition, they look at this topic come up from the issue where they go on right now. We get for do the tribunal reports. We they now in parliament. We get for do with the first term Auditor General Lara Telopias and in Deputy Tamba Momo with suicide issues then on the common of professional misconduct where government say then people they do the tell where they audit the president in office we get for do with travel and self receipts where them they try for verify. Well, inside the breakfast show inside this week now we morning program. We've been lucky for get the former Deputy Auditor General when at Tamba Momo also it be make and clear but the issue where they make allegation against them and it be make and clear inside this interview where it be do where we get an highlight where we want for play inside the program for see waiting and be respond towards the receipts where then say then conduct professional misconduct where make them set them aside. Let's go and take quick highlights then come back to the studio.
Then receipt here wouldn't give the auditor them. Let's explain briefly about it. This receipt there wouldn't give the auditor them. Then give them for money wouldn't take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody no say that the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. That's what the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them wouldn't give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standards say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me no stay in a boku hotel in Africa yet, but I know sabi boku hotel, particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be in the pandemic receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where multiply them by days, the answer now in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Choi to himself, wouldn't give you receipts. Everything is inside Leone day. So then condition here, who see them pan this report, pan this receipt, it been cause me for belief there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard, while we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say, then don't alter this, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party there. So we'll go to the third party there. We'll not hide, we'll go direct to the third party there. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here with them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent. They're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now, so them in turn. When we send that report to the State House, the office of the Secretary to the President, for let respond to that query there, he writes letter to the Auditor General. He copy the Speaker of Parliament. These are audits between Audit Service Sierra Leone and the office of the president. So this was a complete unnecessary steps. The president has been, or the office of the president would have ever advised them. They don't give them wrong advice. They don't mislead them. They don't make wrong decisions.
Well, from that highlights there, now so they welcome you back now the studio, the progress they watch at the Liberty Review, where they can to you live now Facebook page and self YouTube channel. And where they bring this edition can to you this evening. My name is Princess Pierce, and inside this edition, we they look at transparency and accountability in governance, how this they help in the fight against corruption. Now, Mr. Sundu, you just don't watch that highlights there, where the former Deputy Auditor General Tamba Momo, we now get the allegation together with the first-time Auditor General Larati Lopias. We get for do with this investigation where they do in the President in office. This now audits between the President office and audit service, and he gets for do with travel. We, as we all know, that issue they become up, and from the reports we come out from government after they set up the tribunal, a lot of issues will come out a recommendation them where them point at them people as most of the things that we then talk not so true, and Tamba Momo and Larati Lopias be get for react to some of them thing anyway come inside the report. And from that interview they where you watch highlight this who say the former Deputy Auditor General Tamba Momo but they make and clear about some of the issues that when they find out by the audit we get for do the receipts of the hotel who say the president be go lodge. And inside your explanation earlier who starts for look at transparency and accountability, you make and clear say people for follow due process. So in this case of them people they are so, you think say the auditing it be good for purpose, and what did they do a wrong for make them ask the president office for be accountable for some things the way then things say go wrong?
Let we accept real terms. This is their job. And one of the good things we for talk about now, that the Auditor General get the free will for audits, the highest, gentleman, when are the presidents, than at the office. Jolekwe say, I mentioned just now about procedures and documentations. Now in the work, you the probe, and that fact finding. What you they do, I tell you about third party now. I they make for we understanding and all listen to Tamamon and now are they listen. You don't see what they tell you say everything what they do, the professionalism it counts. It very counts, your credibility as well. Okay, in the president's office, not so that the president they go take the money, but it gets the one day way they in charge. Tell you about directorates, now it would say about scope. Yeah? Where for me, that documentation, I tell you, Salomon like for do thing in haste. Yeah? Then so we say, they go probe the presidents, we go Lebanon, yeah? And either, is it South Africa? All in documentations and them. But one of the things, when a third party, this is where I'm standing. When you auditor don't see, you see say there is discrepancies. The way they talk about pound and dollars and leons, we all know say in we own context now, nationally, now we local money what they use. Externally, now foreign money what they use. Let's call a spade a spade. I cannot go to Lebanon, you expect me to pay leons. You have to convert that money into pound or the foreign currency way and sells into that country. There comes the receipts way at the table, documentation, the irregularities in all the process. So what's in it they do? When you don't go, you don't see, you don't do investigation, you come back. So who that don't take that money? I don't go do me, I don't come. But still, I can meet you. Now so the people them way when I go lodge in Lebanon hotel, now this then give we when I put them before them. Yeah? Let them see. For say, now this they don't do. You give them time, say, this time to this time, if they disagree, lost in our disagreement take place now, they don't agree with the Auditor General, say, no, what you don't do, we get documents. You they give them time. Yeah? You go give them the time, say, when I count these documents, when I feel say, it corrects. If they lapse, you they recommend back my report, say, we went to the office of the president. We went there to investigate about their living in Lebanon, in hotels, and South Africa. But they failed to give us the proper documentations. That is your role. That is your role. And failing to give us this proper documentation, XY amount of loans change them. I make it a audit, it say 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, this billion. As I be tell you earlier, that is their job. You recommend with this receipt to the label. Give this money, now they use no accounts for. Full stop. But it go don't be say, you don't do your fact check, you don't, like we talk about third party, you come back to the way they investigate, you don't make sure so you don't do due diligence. That is due diligence in your part as professional. Because you're not there to witch hunt. Just like when you say earlier, you're not there to witch hunt any office. Your work, your duties, your responsibility is to probe into the activities of ministry, departments, and agencies, or whosoever then tells you to go audit. Yeah? When they go see back the audits, so general would say, we are not going to probe into this office. They will tell you why. Yeah? So for me, one of the things where a lap inside this thing, that documentation. Where did they receive that documents? We all see now later, if I can listen to other colleagues like Dr. Civil Blanning, in do investigation, they say the documents, they prepare it from themselves. And that is wrong for you to do so. Don't do it. You always see a need for do. I've went to the office of the president. I've requested for X document. They refuse to give me. And by doing so, we have lost X amount of money in our resource. It went like that. Full stop.
Okay.
It's not to indict.
Okay.
Yeah?
So this particular
or criminalize.
So this particular issue now, they na the court of public opinion, because that's what I go say now. Governments don't pull their own side to the story. The two people who they accuse themselves don't pull their own side to the story. Now every side to the story they now to the public opinion for judge. As civil society, waiting on a position in all of the things that will happen between then three people here, the state and Lara Telopias and Tamamumu.
Thank you very much. One of the things we may go say now, professionalism can one force, because when you did it as professional, which governments can, anywhere we can, now you work, you do due diligently. And by that you work, I make it say, all civil servants, they are by cadence. Yeah? If, for example, me and you enter into a job now this year, perhaps by qualification and designation in job, well, now make they talk with me now we sit down, don't they write about salary harmonization. Yeah, that's also because when that man they play with billions, pay that person well with insufficient, facilities around them. So my point, professionalism, yeah. As I tell you, don't go there with your political thought. You are not going there to witch hunt anybody or to blackmail. Because at the end of the day, the government, the president get it right.
Professionalism for which parts? For more than parts?
I tell you about the Auditor General.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the professionalism.
So they were unprofessional.
I'm coming. By what you would see, it was, we don't see, before you asked me, we saw the tribunal.
Okay.
It was open. Yeah? For all of us to go there, we see Usai Telopias it gets lawyers away even come. How many people they know that? So these are the area where they talk. Say we they talk, we the journal. If we do all that, I made the tribunal be open.
Okay.
All what transpired there, yeah. If for then the public domain, so that it not will be public opinion, because the president, with in rights, now they appoint the auditor general after screening. It's gonna parliament approve him. He get the rights back, as I tell you, but like how you remove George, that are the good procedure we will see now, not to like just pull a mandate. You see how the office of the president do? They use the same constitution, that section 119, where you get the power, the president use, and we go to subsections. You use them back, he writes and sets up a tribunal for investigates whether the lie, the lie Pantama Momo and boss, the tribunal open. And tribunal, well, people don't understand this. In like a court, Usai gets a right to make na senior person where don't deal with issues. Yeah, now in the call. So what's inside they do? They do all investigations we entail. He send them back to other send to him boss. That last call they talk. Do not disclose the report to Weibo. The president way they have the rights. Now enforce it they go to after they don't look, they don't see them. If they try, they just take decisions so they look into them by segmented report. How you arrive at the tribunal investigation. Now then now the president will look and say, oh no, this tribunal is not correct. So let's see this. Now this na in lack. But if the presidency say all the tribunal recommend, like what they talk about professional misconduct, it happens. That is fact, and that na happen.
We don't evidence to the effect.
But that is aim. You and I can profess that one say that document it was false for them to do so. And leak. I talk about professional ethics here. Okay. The leaked document. We will see before this report they come. You don't see we the media where they write. You don't have this institution Liberty TV don't get. It doesn't supposed to be so. You roll. You probe, you report to the appropriate people before that documents they go out. So, leaked documents. This is the thing we have to be careful with. Let me tell you, do your research well. What's in leaked document it tell you about? Yeah? It will tell you say anybody will do that one day. Now a state, if you don't take them, like the advanced world, the way me know. Yeah? Believe you me, you will get yourself into a problem. Seriously. And now that will get for take. We see Africanist press all over the place. They tell we say, now first begin, before the auditor, already talk, 9 days inside the document, how a money gets that kind document say, where you not go to the appropriate people for talk about it. Now make you see, for tell you say, I need to just talk out of me waiting. When I invite me, I will do my research, and as you see, I have my pen, I will write points. Okay. To discuss for the public to understand it. Yeah, I can. You boss, we don't give you job. Now make you see way anti-corruption. You not get right for Kango old person because of the corruption. No, therefore say this. It's stronger institution. Anti-corruption not get no rights yet. For go all you. Say can't pay this. They are just jogging. Now you don't see when they caution and say, hey, allow us parliaments to investigate, to probe into whatever they have told us in this audit report. If we find them, you understand, culpable, then we can recommend to you to use your power now to say, hey, this man, you recommend that he will not own of public office or with L in salary, then give conditions. So now the number will tell you that one day. But now Parliament first they send them. Now make now they say Parliament they probe into all them past audit reports. What I tell you about this particular Parliament with Tawa. The speaker, Honorable Tawa, the head. Believe you me, if we get that kind of thing, we don't get that before Parliament for doing work. You see, they blame the way to say, let Parliament clean up farm. If Parliament they doing work, anti-corruption get lesser job.
Okay, so just quick one before we go for a break.
So let me learn professional misconduct and that leak documents enough for work.
Okay, so
secrecy. A very important for any country. You cannot leak documents, which is crucial. And not bad
so
for
Africanist Press, the leaked documents of Africanist Press.
Oh yes, we saw it. It be there all over the place. How did they got that document when the document was not in the domain of Parliament? We have to say this, and that would only lack over the years. Yeah, and as I tell you, all the audit reports, if they are not properly screened in Parliament, they are there. If this government come out, anybody will come, if they follow suit. They go take, say, now make the president get it right for set up the commissions of inquiry. In every institution, they get it right for say, okay, when we don't come, yes, President Bio, you be say the free, I don't give you that example, the free quality education and this money you spend. But audit report don't tell we say, they money are not going at the appropriate side. Why would not be that commissions of inquiry back there for council, do all the investigation, let's say recommend. And when I say they recommend, it'll go back to the president, you go see them pull this and call white paper for recommend, say, no, this case, now this. So man go tell you, say, love ban this person, but like, now like what's happened the commissions of inquiry. How many people know that? How many people know say, or where they read, or journalists they talk about them, that then people in the way they COI be found, yeah, then go appeal. Then go appeal. And that are the constitutional right for appeal.
Okay, so just quick one, Mr. Sundu. I just want for let we get quick verification, but a statement where you make earlier.
See.
I don't know if you part of the school of thought where say like where Tamba Momo, but they make a call the scope and other way say the receipt, and you talk about some documentation process where maybe something. The president talking be aware of some certain things there. Now other people like we make mention about the scope, or other people when they go they in charge of some certain things then they will then people and they require from the office for like it go be accountable. So you they part of that school of thoughts we go with the notion because other people are on the talk say most of the things that will happen by this audit the president's not aware even in an office where they go audit we get for do with this particular travel. You think say the president not aware of them things then they will happen?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I like that question. That's what I'll be one for it. I'll tell you about the political will. That is where now, when audits don't probe, doing work genuinely, the political will. What's in the president for do now? All the one way they will make, they're not able for present proper documentation, not go through procedural issue. They should be sacked. Yes. Kick them out of the place. Because what's in do? Now they won't forgive that bad name. If they will have done their job, as I told you earlier on about due diligence, believe you me, then can't say no they see them. So now they the political will they now say the president, in as much as they don't get even if you not be know, but you don't know now say the audit report don't call this thing say now this. It call them people and now say, Paddy, we are not fit to be here. Get out of this office.
But from the beginning, you don't think say the president's aware of this?
Make I tell you, you don't listen to Tamba Momo. Instead of listening to the president take the money, can we listen to him?
Yes.
Can we listen to him?
No, the reason we make they ask this question, for example, for me, where they work as well, get me boss there, not the way they can inside this office or go out, not the way they happen here, where they're not aware. We don't know about waiting they happen at Liberty Online Television. So me no go there to work for them. Then Posika audits on certain things then they're not aware. Especially when it comes to money business.
Thank you.
So then they're aware as the boss. So you don't think say the president self-aware about some of their issues then they will happen?
Let me tell you now. When the president, as I tell you about ministry, departments and agency, president no more gets extra budgets for make a use under in preview, but also get to be accountable for them. Yeah? In awareness, they got to go to Lebanon. They need this X amount of money. The appropriate institution they accountant. You get the accounting department, you get this department, you get this department. Now then departments are tell you about. It go aware say this money now so they come. But where this lack is documentation, procedure. New procedure. Let we educate the public.
So
don't
you
go by
say that
opinion.
Call for concern?
Say again.
Now call for concern if money where they go to some certain things the way the presidents are in charge where they lead, you know, kind of
in charge of money.
No, what I mean, like where they travel, they go for so many things the way they go do out of the country. You get people that we put in charge for facilitate that particular movement. You know, things say it get for still they do follow up for know how everything they happen.
Lord have mercy. Let's tell you something. The presidency. You understand? Now make we say let every institution. I'm going back to my word. We need stronger institutions. My sister, let's accept this for Sierra Leone. So the accountants were in another office.
Okay.
Now one, the procurement. Now another one. Either they in charge for approve as director of finance or whatever. That's not the other segment. The president always seen the need. We are going. Let's take another. Case in point, like where President will go, let's see now the UN Security Council, or where they will go. Let's see now we they facilitate and we they put that money. All within the office, that institution, that department they need. Now for they put the budget together, how many people go, who side they will go lodge, who side they eat, then this, now they send to the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance, what they know, now for give the money, right? Where they self get the tool for say yes, when I don't request this money, now this president don't send the money.
Okay.
That is the presidency.
Okay.
But for let go down now say president for two accountants, president for two auditor general, president for two this. That is the due diligence. I told you about the political will now. Where those lapses are, if I were the president, where I don't look and see all the tribunal. For God's sake, I will use my office to say you want to give me bad name.
Okay, well, continue for the outside program. We'll go quick and take with sports updates. We'll continue the program and wrap up.
For Seka, with sports updates, na the program for this week. Salone national team, Leon Stars, don't suffer narrow 3-2 defeat against Zambia na the AFCON qualifier September 10 this year. Na the Wanawasa Stadium na Zambia, the match be full with intense action as both teams be battle hard for get a crucial win. Zambia opened the scoring early na the game with Kennedy Musonda be scored the first goal, wey give the home side 1-0 lead. Salone be quick for respond as Augustus Kagbo be equalized, we bring the scores to 1-1 before half time. Inside the second half, Zambia take back the lead through Kapamba, we make them 2-1. Leon Stars show determination. Usai Indolo Mustafa equalized and level the match to 2-2. The game be remain tense as the two teams be pushed for get a win, but Zambia be capitalized na the 85 minutes with a decisive goal from Zambia as they be seal a 3-2 victory. We make Leon Stars lost the game. Leon Stars, they prepare now for the remaining AFCON qualifiers matches them as they will get crucial double header against defending champion Ivory Coast. Coach Amidou Karim emphasized the road to AFCON still open for Leon Stars for qualify. As all this they be, one professional Sierra Leonean player Kwame Kui don't express in frustration about the selection process of the national team Leon Stars. Now one social media post where the player cites how in presence na the team don't make history na the past AFCON. He continue say the coach select player them we not currently get contract or represent any club presently. We make the player accuse the public say they keep quiet until them when they no say no they go on right, when they for comment on. Kwame Kui, same way so say he willing and ready for represent the country at any time. He end up say the country get so many young players them we go help for qualify the team. Then just need for mix them up with some experienced player them. And in a one of the player them we still get energy for contribute to the national team. For we international sports news. Former Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino, they don't appoint him as the new head coach of United States men's national team. Pochettino will be on part way with Premier League side Chelsea inside May after one season in charge and go take charge of the team ahead of the 2026 World Cup where Mexico, Canada and United States go host. The Argentine, former Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham Hotspur manager, say in decision for join the US soccer, not so just about football, but about the journey the country they on, and he don't want to miss the opportunity. He continue say the energy, the passion and determination for achieve something historic. Now some of the team them will inspire them for join the team. The US national team be done there without a permanent coach since the humiliating early exit from the Copa America na the home soil inside July. Will be make them be sack Greg Berhalter after a second stint as head coach. Pochettino will take over after Mickey Veras, where they don't appoint as interim coach in charge of the friendly match against Canada last Saturday and New Zealand on Tuesday. Paris Saint-Germain ready for take Kylian Mbappe na legal forum after the France forward don't refuse offer from the France Football League governing body LFP for mediate in wage disputes. Paris Saint-Germain welcomed the LFP offer for mediate on Wednesday, but the French skipper be refused the offer. One French media be report say the 25-year-old be fall out with the club last year after where he be refused for sign new contract extension as he be they asked for around 55 million euros. The commission don't suggest say Mbappe for either go to employment tribunal or settle the matter with the club. Also he be spend 7 seasons and become the all-time top scorer before he make the switch to Real Madrid inside June this year. The player don't refuse the mediation process, contrary to the commission recommendation, because of the limitation of the commission and legal scope for take complete decision on this matter. And then go contest this matter now another legal forum. Outside Paris Saint-Germain go present all the facts as last year they reported Mbappe accept for forfeit in loyalty if he left Paris Saint-Germain on free transfer. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta don't sign contract extension. The Spaniard in existing deal be set for expire na the end of the season. The club not disclose any details, but one British media suggests say the new contract they run to 2027. The former Arsenal midfielder Arteta take over the team inside December 2019 after 3 years na Manchester City as assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. The 42 years old be lead Arsenal back na the Champions League 2023 2023 after 5 years outside the Premier League top 4. They don't finish second to City na the last 2 seasons. Atata side, we don't set the Arsenal club record for most Premier League win and goals na the season during the 2023-2024 campaign with 28 victory after wey dem score 91 times. They also achieved the highest overall winning rates na the club history of 67.3% last season. Former Manchester United legend Cristiano Ronaldo don't say in former club Manchester United for rebuild everything na the team from the bottom to the top if they want to compete for the top title again. The 39-year-old Portugal forward win 3 Premier League titles, Champions League and Club World Cup crown during a first stay na United from 2003 to 2009. The club finished 8th na the league last season. Ronaldo continue to say the club need time for rebuild because na one of the best club them na the world. United manager Erik ten Hag don dey under pressure after 2 defeats na the opening 3 games them, and Ronaldo say if for lean on in former United teammate Ruud van Nistelrooy where the club don hire as assistant coach. Ronaldo end up say the coach not go able to rebuild the team without knowledge and believe say Van Nistelrooy go help because if he don dey na the club and know the club and also know the fans them, if the coach listen to Van Nistelrooy, he able improve the team. Spain midfielder Gavi don return to training with Barcelona on Thursday, nearly 10 months after where he don suffer ligament injury. Gavi be don undergo surgery after where he be don suffer injury na Spain the Euro 2024 qualifying win over Georgia last November and miss the rest of the season alongside with Spain na the Euros. Barcelona post one video on social media with the 20-year be don go back on training with the squad, but Gavi no go return to action soon as the club next game go be away to Girona on Sunday under new manager Hansi Flick. Barcelona don make perfect start to the season with 4 wins from 4 games, we don't put them on top of the La Liga standings, 4 points ahead of the defending champions Real Madrid. Inside we gossip column, England and Lille midfielder Angel Gomez go become Newcastle then top transfer targets, but Liverpool, Tottenham and Borussia Dortmund also they show interest over the 24-year-old. West Ham they prepare for receive offer from Galatasaray for 30-year-old Italian defender Emerson Palmieri. For we sports updates na the program, me na Mohamed Kamara, the report.
Well, from that report today, now so I welcome you back to the studio. The progress they watch at the Liberty Review where they can see live now on Facebook page and self YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and comment at the comment section. I still get with me Solomon Sundu, when I'm the executive director Bianco Foundation Salon. Well, as the civil society don't talk about their own position concerning the issues we get for do this tribunal report within our parliament. Mr. Sundu, as we not better time again for wrap up with this edition of the program with all of the points we don't make. Now this report today in our parliament, and people they wait now for see what to get for be the outcome from civil society point of view. What do not think? But this particular issue where they go on now, and what do not expect from Parliament?
Well, thank God they don't come on at the tribunal side, not to sub judice again. We can talk about them. They did on a Parliament, as I say, the Parliament gets the tax now for look waiting the office of the president don't recommend to them. Let me tell you about we don't do as the head. Do you work with due diligence? So the Parliament now we all wait and I go once for let all journalists, civil society, let we go witness the debates. Yeah? They did not facts they get for go talk about.
Okay.
That fact, when they go talk about where perhaps contributions before even they go take decision. So would they wait for the parliaments now do then your work? They don't recommend about professional misconduct. Yeah? That's not the caveats now I say we get for put qualified person at the qualified place. Tamba Momo and Boss, they are well qualified. Okay. You understand? So like what they talk about, who is in charge? You mentioned I just know where the president in charge in office. Laila, believe you me, if he be stand on in toe, he look what's in deputy or what's in people who don't do it do them properly, yeah, with head on, no other biasness, not to incriminate, not to criminalize any institution. If I don't see that thing they say, these documents, let me prove properly. Okay. Or suspend them. Okay. Now, we talk about who is in charge. So for me, if you are in charge, don't allow, like we talk about liberty, not in other way, boss, no. If you are in charge of any departments, make sure you the head, Don't allow your staff, or your subordinates to mess up your career, which you have rendered the nation for years. And also, we the CSOs, the civil society and the media, let us be honest now with the people of Sierra Leone. You and I, we need to be honest to ourselves.
Okay, well, that's a discussion we will get for another day in terms of honesty. The program you will be the watch at the Liberty Review. We can see live now on Facebook page and self YouTube channel. And we continue with the discussion for the transparency and accountability. And Solomon Sundu, now join me at the studio this evening. Thank you to Emmanuel Malikambul. We make you watch we live now on Facebook page and self YouTube channel. Don't forget for tuning in until we come online to various programs we get as well for support Liberty Online Television. So to meet again, me na Princess Pias, where they say good night. This is the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This is the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This is the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sherif.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them will happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, women and